Hey!
Steven Universe is
just okay.
Impressive.
So people have feelings about this show. And like everything on the internet, it's overhyped, overhated, and should be judged for what it is. Okay, so for this series, rather than going through every single episode, I'm just gonna single out the ones that are relevant to the plot, or the ones I just kind of enjoy. This is to keep the video from being over 2 hours long, and because nearly all the townie episodes are a waste of time. Let's look at our main cast. Hailed as one of the most progressive, inclusive cartoons ever, and the main character's a white guy. Why am I not surprised? Then we have the space lesbians. Fine, the space rock lesbians. Because the CN wants to at least pretend this show's not gay. The three space rocks in charge of white savior Steven is the maid Pearl, the annoying one Amethyst, and badass Garnet. Love, like, annoying, in that order. Starting with the first episode, which is about what happens when you give a fat boy ice cream. Beginning at the donut shop, we meet this guy Lars and decent-ish person Sadie. Hope you like them, because you'll see a lot of them in this show. Child voice Steven is sad that his favorite tree has been discontinued.
Why in the world would they stop making cookie cats?
Knowing your network? F***ing toys, mate. Permanent piercing Steven has a magic gem in his stomach that gives him powers as the plot demands. Disappointed, he returns home. What the f***? How is that not a massive tourist attraction? I mean, come on, look at it. Useless at the beginning Steven gets attacked by a centipede, gets saved by not Cree Summers Amethyst, who will get shafted this season constantly. Moving to cleanup, single parent Pearl tries to get a handle on the situation. Get shit done Garnet is the leader of the team, the Crystal Gems. They fight monsters and keep the planet safe.
In humanity, okay?
Damn. Can't control his power. Steven thinks that the power of the ice cream triggers his gem abilities. They do not. We get a song.
It's a pack for your tummy! Cookie cat! He's super duper yummy!
Man, I can almost taste the focus groups that demanded to put this shit in. So Steven wants to get his own gem weapon, like all the cool kids, but he can't. None of the emotional baggage gems can help him figure it out. Kaneki shows up. Yeah, I can do anime references too. The girls gets cornered. All guts Steven tries to help. He fails. Fridge gets broken. Proper millennial Steven reuses rather than throwing it away. Rip centipede. And they hold a funeral for the ice cream. Because this show really wants you to know that Steven is sensitive or something. Moving on. In Bubble Buddies, Steven kidnaps a girl against her will, walking around enjoying his day till boom. Girl's about to die from rocks. Powers as the plot demands Steven creates a magic bubble. Now I'd like y'all to meet, should have been the main character Connie. No turn off Steven, can't get the bubble to pop. So now these two are stuck together. Rather than wait for the wise ancient gems, Steven goes to Robbie and Bad Taste for help. Learning to care, Connie starts revealing her backstory, which gets sadder the more she talks. We meet worthless Enigma Onion, who is just a mute Janna from Star Versus, which means he's strange for the sake of being strange, and would be in jail if this wasn't a cartoon. Bubble Boy and Girl eventually end up in the ocean. Let's ignore how they haven't suffocated by now, and just move on to the fact that Morpheal shows up. They get stuck in a trench. Worthless optimist Steven tries to be positive when they are clearly f***ed. Introvert Connie tells the extrovert to stop being positive.
I'm gonna disappear without ever making a single friend.
Trust me, you're not missing out on much. Power of Love Steven, of course, befriends her. He's also had this bracelet for a year since she dropped it. And hold on, how does that thing still glow? I'm calling BS. That is the craziest thing in this show. And this is the show where a clapback saved the universe. Whatever. Back to the shipping fest. And then they died. Could you imagine? Nah, they swim back to the top. Oh yeah, I forgot about the boss. Squash Steven slays the beast. Cool Connie now has the adrenaline bug. The worst wing women ever show up. Then it ends. Skipping ahead to Tiger Millionaire because shut up, it's my show. Mama Pearl is mad that Amethyst is herself. 80s Garnet is missing cocaine. Poor decisions Amethyst leaves. Tagalong Steven is once again trapped.
Many hours later.
Someone should really call Child Protective Services. Following sketchy Amethyst, Steven finds out she's been moonlighting as a wrestler. Oh, this is where Sinbad has been. If you know who Sinbad is, congrats on being older than 30. And if you're younger, congrats, you've watched American Dad, which is alright with me. Wrestler Amethyst beats up Last Jedi whiner Ronaldo, who ties with Lars with being the worst human. Joining in on the fun, Steven creates his own persona, Tiger Millionaire. Amethyst doesn't want to share the spotlight, so she sidelines a kid who has to bribe a guy to get Amethyst the win. Oh, so this is like real wrestling. One montage later, in-character Steven is mean to, I'll condone this, Lars. Second thought, Steven has an epiphany.
Are we the baddies?
Angry YouTube commenter Amethyst is mad at the world, so she's acting out. You know, like a child, who just happens to be thousands of years old. Law and Order show up, believes in the rating system Pearl, is mad, because a superpowered gem is beating up normal humans. You know, I think she has a point.
It's not enough that you're on my case all the time. You have to ruin this for me, too?
Amethyst, calm down, be an adult. Just take a breath, hold on to your emotions, and then wait for death. A fight happens, it's not great. Sorry, show, you're just never gonna be anime cool. Christ child Steven diffuses the situation because Messiah. Next we learn about fusion. Because it's been 15 years since Digimon, so it's safe to use this gimmick now. Ballerina and Hood Rat can't get along. Not helping Steven is pelting them with water balloons, because wacky. They reveal that the gems can fuse together to create an even stronger gem. Yu-Gi-Oh! New hotness Steven wants to see it. The story started with them not getting along, so the plot, aka Garnet, sends them on a mission together. Disney Princess Steven starts singing. Of course he does. He wants to see a giant woman. Well, he should start looking at his nearest McDonald's. Things stay tense between the two gems. They show it at the MacGuffin Bug's house. A big bird shows up. First attempt at fusion fails. Oh yeah, Dragon Ball did this too. All About Me Steven talks.
Come on, guys, please stop fighting. If you can't get along with each other, I might never get to see your awesome fusion power.
Or, you know, because healthy relationships. Ha! Karma's a bitch. Damn it. Oh well, Steven finds a MacGuffin, gets rescued by Archer Opal. Love the hair, still hate the lips. I mean, they just kind of look like a mustache with a circle underneath. Underutilized Opal cleans house. Returning home, unstable relationship Opal breaks up. Steven finds out that he can also do fusion. Skipping ahead a lot because townies. We get to the next fusion episode. The crew needs to destroy this big communications tower. Rather than coming up with a plan, Powerhouse Garnet decides to fuse with Little Amethyst. Club dancing ensues. Get up in there, Amethyst dives in, making Nicki Minaj Sugilite, which is a terrible thing. I mean, it's a great get, but it is just, they will never get her back to voice this character. Kaiju Sugilite goes to town, can't dodge Steven, gets hit, so Pearl packs him up and leaves. Muscle Fever Steven wants to start working out. We meet Steven's dad Greg, who's definitely a mall Santa. We get a training montage. Waif Pearl hates that Steven is trying to be swole, mostly because she can't be, but she wants to prove she can be strong in a real way. Then Godzilla shows up. She's acting cray-cray, starts wailing on poor Pearl. Emotional support human gives a speech to cheer Pearl on, because nothing can happen in this show unless Ralph Wiggum okays it. Shoots her shot Pearl is able to beat the beast, and we never hear Nikki again. Next in Mirror Gem, we open on a bored Steven, who talks to still better hero Connie. Home nothing Steven finds out that school exists. Jesus, what are they teaching this kid? Let the screen handle it. Pearl gives Steven a mirror that will show him the past and help him learn. Then the mirror starts doing Bumblebee speech of talking back to him, going silent around the other gems, until it doesn't. Sinister gems try to take it back, but softy Steven won't let them, running away. Steven removes the obvious gem on the back, and the mirror transforms into Rule 34 Lapis Lazuli, the gem that got the fans horny. Reacting poorly gems show up. OP Lapis is having none of it, then leaves. In the follow-up, the ocean is gone. Over the Lie Steven wants to head out and save the ocean. Everyone joins in. Real Talk Pearl tries to explain that not all gems are allies, which reminds me, did they know a gem was trapped and alive in the mirror? Because this means they are either evil or stupid, and neither is an acceptable answer. Oh, and all the creatures they've been fighting are just corrupted gems. They arrive at the water tower Lapis created. No guess Lapis creates water clones to fight the gems, who can match the originals. Bro can. Level up Steven can finally use his shield. Going to the top, pretty. Steven tries to talk to homesick Lapis. We get tidbits of lore that people would obsessively make speculation videos on. Healing Spit Steven fixes cracked Lapis's gem. Fully restored, she grows water wings, then flies off. Emmett Steven nearly dies on the tower, but wild-style Connie shows up to save the special. Everyone is happy. Garnet and Pearl ominously worry about what will come next. The answer is Sonic and a Dorito. Only took 26 episodes, but we finally start the actual plot of the show. Time for things to get depressing. Start off, Best Girl Pearl is obsessed with making it to space, but from everything we learn later, this makes no sense. Nearly kills Steven in the process, but they survive. Overly tragic Pearl is stuck on Earth to nearly kill Steven another day. The mental decline continues in the next episode, where we find out inferiority complex Amethyst has issues. Retired rock star Greg needs to help clean out his storage locker, so Amethyst and his son lend a hand. Steven finds a box of VHS tapes. Please Don't Be Porn Greg steps in. I was kidding. Greg finds a busted photo of him and Steven's mother, Rose Quartz, who is a saint, until the writers decided otherwise. I like to call her the dead horse, because the writers just won't stop being her character. I mean, I never even liked her, but it's just gotten gratuitous at this point. But enough of my whinging. In the story, Bald Spot Greg finds a tape of a show that he and Amethyst used to watch together. Steven leaves them to their TV, and comes back the next day to find that they're still watching the show. Steven leaves again, and then during a family picnic, actual parents Garnet and Pearl are with Steven, reveals that Greg and Amethyst used to binge those tapes all the time, until they didn't. Missing the fireworks, I have a problem. Greg realizes he's messed up, and needs to stop watching. Then, crossing all the lines, Amethyst has other plans. Mommy issues Amethyst is still angry that Rose is gone, starts transforming into other people to mess with Greg, then turns into Rose herself, which is really messed up.
Again, I really do. But I can't let you do this to me again.
Stop! What are you two doing?
Molesting your dad?
I get it. It's hard to deal with stuff from the past.
Oh, shut up. You're great, Steven, you really are, but for the love of God, stop explaining the moral of the story. Just call them a therapist. Kid, you are gonna die at 16 from all the stress these idiots are giving you. Should be ashamed, Amethyst runs away. Next morning, Greg finds that the gems have helped clean out his garage, and Amethyst got a box of stuff he should keep with a new frame for the photo. Aww. This means nothing. Go get help, little gem. Next up on the mental health train, we get another Pearl episode, where we find out Pearl was in love with Steven's mom, opening up on an old battlefield from the Gem War, which was an ancient conflict between gems. What casualties? Pearl reminisces about the glorious battle that was fought here.
Countless gems were broken here. It was a maelstrom of destruction and death.
But we won!
Probable war crimes. Pearl finds Master Rose's scabbard. Returning home, Pearl tells Steven about his mom.
Courageous and brilliant and beautiful.
And a liar. Can't forget that one. Iowa's Special Pearl takes Steven to Rose's secret hideaway. She's horrified to find out that Steven already has been there, because if the Lion knew about it, it means Rose treated her just as well as she treated her pet, which isn't far off. Waste her time, Steven remembers that the sword was in Lion's mane the whole time. Codependent Pearl is having a mental breakdown about not knowing everything about Rose. Poor thing. Running off after saying some horrible things. Emotional shock absorber Steven has to go fix this because the other three are useless. Following her, Steven chases her to a cliff. Obsessed Pearl misses Rose a lot, and low-key resents Steven for taking her away. She cools down a bit after a hug. After a while, they just head home. Honestly, it's a great episode. It's too bad it gets ruined by the season 5 reveal. So let's just do a speed round for the next couple episodes. We got Alone Together, the one where Steve and Connie fuse to form Stevani. We also meet frat guy Kevin, who I like more than Lars, because the show doesn't waste 5 seasons trying to make him likable. The one where Can Do Better Sadie traps Lars and Steven on an island so she can spend time with her loser boyfriend, who gets one relatable line.
Do you ever get lonely, even when you're around people?
Constantly. Now stop being a jackass. The one episode that made everyone want to call their mom. Warp Tour. Future Best Girl Peridot shows up, looking like a Dorito. Fans shit their pants because now that the plot is actually moving again, now we get to the season finale. Or episode 1 for most people. Master Hand shows up and is coming closer to the planet. Everyone we don't care about evacuates, plus superstar Steven and bald Gene Simmons. Greg drops the obvious in hindsight bomb that the gems are aliens.
I know they're just trying to protect me, but I have to protect them. I have Mom's shield. They need me.
Congrats, Gems, you gave Steven a martyr complex. Obvious conclusion, Steven gets his dad to let him go back. On the beach, the gems fail to drive the ship back, and rather than squishing them flat, stops to let out the new gems. We got Dorito Peridot and Anime Jasper. Also, Snitch Lapis is here. Waste of time, Jasper realizes Rose Quartz isn't there, so she just tells Peridot to use the spirit gun. Die for you, Steven saves them. But now Hate Boner Jasper thinks Steven is Rose. Poofing Garnet then takes everyone else prisoner. Next we get Jailbreak, which is legitimately awesome. Waking up in prison, thankfully the light cage doesn't work on organic Steven. Running into OK Ruby, laying her out of the knot closet. The two run around till they find sad Gem Lapis. Not a pacifist yet, Steven says they have to fight, but depressed Aesop won't have none of it. Little Hothead runs away, which is a shame because Steven finds Jellybean Sapphire immediately afterwards. True love couple reunites, reforming until wanna see a dead body Garnet. The reason they never told Steven about this is... I got nothing, it's kinda dumb. Future Sight Garnet shows Steven where to go. Honestly, I've never cared about Future Sight abilities. It's wonky and it's never used consistently. The only time I ever enjoy is when it's only like a few seconds into the future. Brute Jasper shows up and we get the best fight in season 1 with the best song in the show, Stronger Than You. Or as everyone else calls it, the Undertale song. How do you lose your best song? Search Stronger Than You on YouTube. It goes sans, Steven Universe, then everything else is more Undertale. This would be like if Make a Man Out of You was less popular than the Pokemon parody. But back to the story. The fight happens. It's awesome. Garnet wins, the ship crashes, thanks to Steven and the rest. Sore loser Jasper wants to fuse with Lapis to beat the gems. False pretense is Lapis fuses with her. Using the water, she drags the combined form down to the bottom of the ocean.
Lapis!
Let's stay on this miserable planet together!
After that horrifying display, they end on a joke.
Yikes. They are really bad for each other.
Hey, that was Steven Universe Season 1. Is it the greatest cartoon ever? No. Is it the most overhyped and morally disgusting show of all time? Not even. It's fine. Hey, I'm not the target demographic for this show, so a lot of the ideas and themes just don't really hit home for me. But people love and adore this show. Who am I to ruin their fun? And if you thought I misrepresented your favorite show, just remember, anything can sound stupid when it's told by an idiot. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'm doing a Real Talk Friday where I'm gonna give my real thoughts on Season 1, so post any questions you have in the comments, and I'll see if I can answer them. Peace out, Sarcastic fans.